EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Indianapolis Colts. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Here's Hines. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back to Taylor on first down. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
That ball is not through, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
The throw right sideline here is complete, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Look at the big man rumble. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Will Dissly, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks have taken a 1st quarter lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. This will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Colts 0. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On 2nd down, it's Taylor, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Good job. Good job.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 32-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Carson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here's Carson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run the counter. Carson. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. There's Wilson. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. The DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And the lead moves to 10-zip. The distance was never the question there, but he gets a friendly bounce to carom that thing through the uprights.
Yeah, and when you're trying to hit from 50-plus, you got to expect the ball's going to slide one way or the other. So he's pretty fortunate there that he's able to bank this one in.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Being chased out left. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. This is Carson. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the... And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will make it in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half.
Johnson to kick off for Seattle.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
At the 38-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7.
Makes the score Seahawks 24, Colts 7. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Hey.
What up, y'all?
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. taken in the end zone. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And this will not be a good return. He's out of bounds at the 12.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't fall victim to
me
it
and Tony in the
themselves.
same franchise.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Wilson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
38-yard line.
Wilson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16. A good pickup there at 22.
Yeah, I found it. It was on a win streak, so I couldn't see the shit.
Guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out, fumble. And the Colts pick it up. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This defense, Charles, they needed some.
Oh shit, that's you.
Back in this game. I think they just got their.
I like what the fuck. Oh shit, we got a game now.
How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
I like what this nigga is. Oh man. Yeah, he got that Jamal Crawford jersey on.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
That'd be straight.
Clear. Their fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away.
Gotta guard that nigga in the middle.
Last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Wilson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So they went a little cautious there on
physical
third
now.
And nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right
now.
So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
15-yard line.
Hey.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jordan Jenkins gets him for a loss of a yard, and it will bring up 3rd down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 3rd quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10.
At the 46-yard line.
They go to the ground again with
he killed him without
that time, getting it to about the 46. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Yo!
Got it.
Oh, wait.
Zach Pascal, 54 yards. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here.
Hell no.
He was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Reno. Oh my goodness. That rebound.
1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here. The Seahawks offense. Their lead down to a field goal.
I think it was kind of quick.
1st and 10.
I did.
Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, damn.
Nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 27, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it before making the run. Happy to play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big time.
The funniest thing last night when you was locking that nigga up when he had his badge on and he couldn't score.
His guys will take a 10-point lead.
That shit's hilarious.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Goddamn.
This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
That's a solid.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ew. Look fast. Get him back.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up and now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
2nd and 5. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jordan Jenkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking deep for him. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Trey Flowers picks it, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach,
I don't know how the fuck they want to set
coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it.
Hell yeah.
Or start thinking about going to his backup.
At the 37-yard line.
My leg. We got 4.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Carson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
He's not going nowhere.
Now Wilson.
And they coming back.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
I'm trying to think what they think go change.
As he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Yeah. Oh.
They'll start out here with the option left. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver. But
he don't ever shoot.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. We'll give the tackle to Anthony Walker. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, They're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Oh,
they'll run on first down. Carson down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough,
Who's the other
hard,
boy?
gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up
Look at
the
that
gut.
There's no reason to lighten up now. Second
Oh,
and 4. They can still
man.
get first down without scoring.
I can't even say. They already had the ball.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
What are you
Coaches
doing?
have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's
They
going
got
to
killed
go.
all these
But
documents.
his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think they deserve some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at
come
maximum.
On. You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's
He's
true.
first
Filet,
10
ounces, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Colts 21. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25.
Hey, oh no. Oh no.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And now here is another interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche?
Oh.
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a quick interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces.
Oh, my
I know
God.
it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
I was thinking about what I was going to mention.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down.
The demon.
Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
I don't know how you use that rebound.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I can never shoot in this shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck this should be.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Right.
Oh, Wilson gonna throw.
Okay. You don't shoot the game, though.
Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf.
I was saying, they need to move around a little.
Season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Oh, that's off.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline.
With a bounce pass.
It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Hey, let's step in a little bit. A bit deep.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Hey.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Oh, damn, I think that was me. Press circle 2 times.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory.
And it's a fumble.
Orion's no change.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete.
No way.
12 seconds left. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd and short.
I didn't do anything. I'm on bike.
Did you get demoted or something? Did you ride a bike? Right, show you a clip of that now.
Yeah.
He'll buy some time right.
Love that little stutter stuff.
And he will. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by Seattle.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this is
Me,
a
Mitchell.
presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at EASports.com.
Give it to him, man.
With that, we say so long from Indy.
Oh, Lord.